is everything.
It has been a dismal year for the mob from Windy Hill. Just the 3 wins and a draw tonight. They take on the Tigers, who are finishing with a wet sail. 10 wins and plenty of young talent on the rise. They will start tonight, the hottest of favourites on what is being dubbed Hot August Night. Anything but. It is very chilly tonight as I say hello and welcome to the MCG Saturday Night Football. The Tigers up against the Bombers, 10th versus 15th on the ladder. Robert Walls, what can we look forward to tonight?
Well, I think we'll see an attacking game, Stephen. Both of these sides have played really attacking football. Certainly the Tigers, the last couple of weeks, they've been kicking massive scores.
We're ready to see the Bombers come out, and leading the pack is Dean Rioli, playing his 100th game of AFL football. It is also his last. He has announced his retirement to his teammates yesterday. So a happy occasion celebrating the milestone, but also saying goodbye to AFL football as the Bombers come out. A fantastic banner too by the Essendon cheer squad as Rioli is about to burst through it. Been at his best a magical player, Rob.
Oh, he's one that I always enjoyed watching, Quarters, no doubt about that. Bit of a shame that injuries have prevented him from going on. He's one of those players who's a match winner. In the burst of 5 minutes could kick a couple of goals and get his team over the line.
So there he is bursting through the banner, and quite interesting also. Well, still got a pretty good talent line up, the Bombers. Amazing scenes before the game tonight in the warm-up. Have a look at that. They're all injured Essendon players. There's blokes on crutches in slings.
Yes, and that's an indication why Essendon have done it pretty hard this year. Their captain, of course, Matthew Lloyd. Even their coach, Kevin Sheedy's got his arm in a sling.
Making the right decision, do you think, Rioli?
I think he is. Look, he's had trouble with his knee for a couple of years. Hasn't been able to do the running fitness that's required to get him in good shape. He's battled his weight for a couple of years, and well done on his 100 games.
Time now to look at the teams as we welcome Tim Lane.
Thanks, Quarters. Good evening. You'll recall that when they met in round 6, it was the Dreamtime game. It was a thriller. Richmond won by 2 points. If they can repeat that tonight, it's only the second time in the Sheedy era his old club will have beaten the Bombers twice in a season. How will they go about it? Well, by stacking up their forward line with talls, you'd imagine. Big job for Dean Solomon. Essendon fans will remember he did the job on Richardson in a big final back in 2001. Kepler Bradley will have to contain another of the talls. It may well be Jay Schultz. And Essendon's defence looks as though it will be stretched to the limit, and there are more tall players that Richmond can throw at it. In midfield, Tuck and Watson would be a great clash between two sons of great players. Maybe the veteran Peveril on the young up-and-comer Delidio for Richmond. And also among the midfield clashes, Kane Johnson, who's been in outstanding form, might take on Stanton, who's been just about Essendon's best midfielder this year. They'll miss Jason Johnson, of course, who's found good form later in the season. The big job for the Essendon forwards will be to contain the influence of the Bowden boys. Patrick and Joel have been absolutely outstanding. Now, wouldn't that be a match-up if Rains, who might win the best and fairest, takes on James Hird? He's had some huge tasks, talls and smalls, this year, and he's rarely let Terry Wallace and his team down. On the interchange bench, Courtney Dempsey, playing just his 4th game for the Bombers, has a birthday on Monday, and a couple of talls for Richmond, Stafford and Patterson, along with Cracker, who's going to be a dangerous crummer during the course of the night. So there are the lineups. The Tigers are just coming out onto the MCG for this rematch with Essendon, and Richmond are playing for 9th position on the table. Quarters.
Thanks, Tim. Got some nice young talent, the Tigers, Rob.
They've really started to show out, haven't they? Terry Wallace has introduced 12 youngsters to AFL football in the past 2 years. Watch out for Howard, and watch out for Foley, Hyde. Delidio's just a second-year player. They've just got a lot of run in this team. Andrew Rains, of course, is another one who's had a ripper season. And I want to mention their captain, Kane Johnson. I think he's been outstanding this year.
Sacrificed his game, played had a lot of tagging roles.
He does. Every time he goes out, he plays on one of the opposition's best, and he's able to limit them, and he's also smart enough to get out and create when it's Richmond's turn with the ball.
A break from the MCG. The action next. Well done to this man, Dean Rioli. Game number 100. Let's hope he can produce something magical tonight.
Rioli hooks it back. He's done it again. Oh, they all jump into each other. Rioli brilliantly through the paint has kicked the top line.
Setting first round pick in 1997. Kick smothered. Rioli, a rookie earlier this year. Rioli, a goal!
Fury from Fletcher to Rioli. He does, it's long.
of the year is right here on Fox Footy Channel as the Red Hot Dockers and top-placed Eagles get it on live at 4:30.
Dockers in front!
Home ground advantage is thrown out the window as Fremantle tries to make it 8 straight wins, while an Eagles victory can take them one step closer to the minor premiership.
The best ever derby!
Press red on your remote for a whole world of digital options. Your Sunday looks like this. Eagles Dockers at 4:30, then at 7:30 the winners both live before Pies Blues and Power Crows.
It's great to be part of the red and white family, especially when we're winning grand finals. But it hasn't always been that way. 26 straight losses and 3 wooden spoons, and the club nearly went under. Finally, in '93, things began to turn around. Ron Barassi became coach. Paul Kelly became captain, and the Swans finally began winning. '95 saw 2 new players come to Sydney to make their mark. Some guy called Ruse, and a man they knew as Plugger. But there was still a long way to go. We came close. We reached the finals every year but 2 between 1996 and 2004. Then, well, we all know what happened in '05. For the last 19 years, one sponsor has been with us. Since 1987, QBE stuck by us through the highs and the lows. They've been there when we needed them the most. And that's what you want from your insurance company. QBE Insurance, there when you need them the most.
Listen up. I want your undivided attention.
To be a WWE superstar, you need some signature moves.
Would you like it after you with that?
Some wrestlers are acrobatic, whereas others use their size to great effect.
I hurt people!
And then there are those who like to, well, just go for it.
Do your homework.
Study for this month will be to watch WWE Unforgiven live Monday, September 18 on Main Event Pay-Per-View. And remember to bring your teacher an apple next time. After it happens out there, count on Fox Footy Channel to find out how and why.
When the big news breaks, trust White Line Fever to provide the complete picture that night.
Maybe the tribunal shouldn't be made up of ex-players.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the boys' club a bit.
From the field of battle to the studio floor.
Only Saturday Central delivers the AFL's best so quickly.
The area we really got them today was the uncontested possession.
Delivering footy's newsmakers and game breakers faster than anyone. That's Fox Footy Channel.
And here he goes again. This is modern footy, folks. Kick backwards.
It's about it.
That's it! Richmond! Oh, sensational victory here!
They are the keepings of kings.
I want to build a team to win a premiership. You can play that basketball crap all the time. That's why I don't play basketball. You look at Terry and you look at me, we're very different people. Let's get into it and have a bit of fun when every time you kick a goal, you just run out there and, well, who kicked the goal? Well, this is his song, you know, a bit of fun. As for sort of playing music after every goal, I think it's a little bit commercialised. I think it's a little bit of basketball crap, isn't it?
Thanks very much. Andrew. Good luck. Good luck, Dean. Best of luck.
Good luck, mate. All the best.
Right, you guys right?
All right, mate. Dino, you have a good call, okay? Big spin, thanks, Andrew.
Off you go.
That's a head.
Good on you.
Yep.
Good luck, boys.
Welcome back to the MCG, and Dean Rioli in his final game for the Bombers wins the coin toss. It is a big game for both Essendon and Richmond supporters this game. This is one that they like to win for bragging rights, and it is a beautiful night to watch football. It is a still night. The MCG ground, which is usually pretty slippery by now, actually looks pretty good. There's no clouds in the sky, so there is no excuses. It should be a great game, and the Richmond supporters perhaps feeling a little more confident given the fact that their team has beaten the Bombers in the last 2 games that they have met, and Richmond also got to train here during the week for I think only the 2nd time this season, and they were pretty happy about it too.
Thanks, Christy. In fact, Richmond haven't beaten Essendon in 3 in a row in the Sheedy era. You can imagine that Sheedy has a long memory and Richmond is his old club, and there'd always be special games to him. He enjoys the history of it, and he won't want to go under tonight.
75-76 was the last time, and both teams out late tonight, which gives you the feeling there was a fair bit of revving up going on in the rooms. Dean Solomon's always usually amongst it. He has a chat to Kane Pettifer and Richo.
He's having plenty to say to Richo. Of course, he's played on Richo going back 5 years ago when he had a bit more pace and a bit more spring. He was a good player to play on Richo, but I think Richo's height now would worry him. And there's Dean Rioli, of course, and he looks like he'll start on a half-forward flank. Andrew Raines, his opponent, giving him a bit of space at the moment.
So ready to roll here at the MCG. Hot August night it was dubbed. Let's hope it's a hot game of footy as the Rucks go at it. It's Cartledge starting against Simmons. Ball work to the Richmond 50. But there's Lovett Murray showing plenty of dash. Little chip kick to the wing. And it finds Watson. Plays on. Handball's poor. But Dyson has time. Handball smothered. And now Richmond win the football. Rains, quick release. Over to Polo. Good tackle by Lovett Murray. Now picked up by Howard. Wobbles one to half forward. Bradley traps it nicely under a fair bit of pressure. Broke the tackle. Mark Johnson, and there's the man of the moment, Rioli.
And good to see him get a touch early to Heffernan, and that's a poor kick. It's been a messy start. Chaffey for Richmond, and Joel Bowden has the first of what will probably be 25 or so touches for the night if he's up to his normal standard. And typically he finds his brother, who might just kick the first goal of the evening. Now he's hooked it. Schultz might. You'll need to do it from a tough angle.
Lovely kick by Joel Bowden, like it was a 55-metre pass to set his brother up, Patrick. And Joel Bowden having an amazing season, playing big roles on important players, power forwards for the opposition.
Look at that semicircle of defenders to try and stop him running out, which he'll do anyway. And he does it very well. The Tigers have the first. There's that kick Robert was talking about, and Patrick didn't need to stop. I don't think that was what he was after with the kick.
No, probably running a bit too hard to be able to place it where he wanted. It didn't matter in the end. Kepler Bradley playing that key defensive role with Dustin Fletcher out of the side. And Schultz, so they've gone with two talls up forward, the Tigers.
Play on. From the bounce. It's going nowhere. So we'll start it all again. Thanks. Jay Schultz has been on target this year, boys, converting at 80%, 16 goals, 4.
He has kicked accurately. Both teams have an extra man in defence. Lovett Murray has been that player for Essendon, and Delidio for the Tigers.
Chaffey's got the early job on Hurd. As Hyde kicks it to half forward. Simmons having a very good year. He'll load up long on that left, looking for Matthew Richardson, who wrestles. Oh, great mark from the side.
White cord set.
Beautifully done by Watson. And he wastes no time as he shorts it over to Peverill.
Watson very good in the match against Richmond earlier in the season. Good delivery, Peverill to David Hill, the captain, sweeping it to Dyson. Got speed and got metres up his sleeve. He goes for Johns. Ray Hall prizing it away. Hyde, Rains, Tivendale, and the Tigers can turn defence into dangerous attack. Polo, Schultz again, just couldn't run on, didn't trust his left foot. Tambling, throw in.
Good courage by Jobe Watson, who's having a fine season, winning plenty of in and under ball. And Dean Polo got the tagging job on Watson.
Averaging 22 disposals a game is Watson. Hurd to Peverill. Over to Mark Johnson. Now McPhee. Draws Lucas and hits him lace out. Beautiful kick. There's no one inside 50 for the Bombers. So Lucas was too far out to score. Now he measures the kick. Almost to Stanton, who kept his feet importantly, but getting back just in the nick of time is White, and the Tigers out of danger again. That was well played by the youngster, and the kick to half back finds the skipper Johnson.
Scott Lucas forced to do something that he loathes doing, passing the ball. He would have been tempted though by the fact that even though he was about 70 out, there was no one defending the goal. Richardson a long way from home. Heffernan helping Bradley out. Lovett Murray, and that's a good kick, beautiful kick to Monfries. Drilling it to him down that southern wing. And that's pretty good too, and Rioli's got his second feel of the footy, and let's hope he can produce a touch or two of that special magic. That's a lovely kick, Johns couldn't hang on to it. Could have done better there. Joel Bowden clears. And we'll get a throw in.
You mentioned Joel Bowden clears there, Tim. Just an amazing season he's having. He's playing on good players. He's playing on Lucas, leading goal kicker for the Bombers this season with 55. Bowden, as that defensive player, he's averaging 24 disposals a game.
Johns wanted the free kick there, but he's only got himself to blame. Should have taken that mark. Howard, who's been a revelation in his 4 AFL games. Hurd, classy as always, found a teammate, and now he receives it back from Mark Johnson to the wing and Heffernan. To Johns. Back to Heffernan. He can't break the lines here. He's forced to give it back to Johns, who got it to McPhee, but he's under the hammer well and truly. He can't break all those tackles. Surely a free kick to Richmond. No, said the umpire. And now Monfries has got it for too high.
Easy. I'm here.
Angus Monfries. Short. And it's come off as Johns is left unchecked.
Well, John's opponent, Ray Hall, was guarding the mark, so that was bad organisation by the other Richmond players.
They would have been holding the ball, Rob.
Well, it's interesting, I reckon, that there's a bit more tolerance being given now to the player with the ball.
And I don't mind that.
So Courtney Johns is lining up. He'll be kicking from about 45.
It's gone back a long, long way.
10 goals, 8 this season. Played 11 games for 10 goals. He's had a terrible run with injuries early in his career. Now he's on the park. And the Bombers get there first. Interesting next year, Rob, what they do when Matthew Lloyd's back. Where will they use Johns, do you think?
Well, I think he's one of those young fellas who could be really good out at half forward, and there's no reason why they couldn't play Lucas and Johns and Lloyd, predominantly leaving Lloyd as the full forward, because that's where he plays his best football, and get this young bloke out to do all the hack work, the hard work. He's a big, strong boy.
Kevin Sheedy persevered with Courtney Johns for a long, long time, and he's starting to reap some rewards. He's a good straight kick, as he showed just then. Simmons, good work out of the middle. McPhee, little aimless with that knock of the ball. Howard. And now a ball up. Interesting to see what happens around the throw-ins and the bounces, because Essendon are number 16 in the comp on hit-outs. Richmond are number 16 in the comp on clearances. It might be a 0-0 draw.
Troy Simmons.
Free kick to Simmons. Craig Henry, something of a newcomer to the umpiring ranks with Matthew Head and Shane McInerney tonight. Simmons to Rains. He has been outstanding this year. That was a lovely kick, although they saw Schultz coming. They had him covered. Johnson giving it to Tivendale under the pump.
Don't think Tivendale expected it. Johnson playing on Stanton, who's been a good player for Essendon this year, one of the emerging young talents.
55 from the Tigers' goal. Simmons nicely done. Down to White, who's all wrapped up.
Ball up. Craig, go, mate, go.
Looks like Delidio picking up Hurd when Hurd's on the ball.
Yes, Delidio started as a loose man in the back line. This is interesting. Watson's gone to full forward. They've given him the entire 50-metre area. Polo with him.
Tuck smashes it inside the attacking 50, but the champ's there.
His reading of those clearances is amazing, isn't it?
He's always a step ahead, isn't he, the rest of the field. Well, it's been one of his great qualities. And he's going around next year, which is even better. Monfries to Hill.
Bad kick.
Easily cut off by Tuck. Over to Rains. We'll be speaking to his old man at half-time. A legend in his own right. Good linkage here. Here's Rains again. Helicopters one to the 50. Tamblin can't trap it. Now shark by Richardson. Well-weighted handball to Johnson. And the captain has missed.
Only 2 Johnsons tonight, with Jason missing. Richo, good, vigorous stuff against Heffernan. The ball just kept rolling away from him.
This is the bounce a minute ago. James Hurd pushes Delidio into the action. bounces to the outer circle and reads the knock of the ball. Perfection. It'll be good experience for Brett Delidio to play on James Hird tonight. I'm sure Terry Wallace would have set him for it all week.
Tackle adjudged high. Heffernan to McPhee. And now Cartledge. Started on the bench. Lovett, Murray. And the Bombers could do some damage here. Here's their new full forward, Watson, caught under the ball and comprehensively beaten by Polo. That was beautifully done. He's an accomplished young player, and that's an accomplished kick to Schultz.
Schultz now has got the long one on here. Delidio, and it's a good kick. Pettifer provides the lead. Hot on his heels is Mark Johnson. Did he have his arms hacked? Yes, he did.
He's going to have a hard night, Kane Pettifer, because Mark Johnson's a terrific competitor.
Doesn't like being beaten, does he?
Well, if he does get beaten, he's going to make you earn it like that.
And they're both feisty customers. Kane Pettifer having a very good year, actually. 7th in the AFL in marks, 3rd in the AFL inside 50s.
It's taken a while quarters, but he's delivered this season.
Kicks to the hot spot. From the side was Schultz. Where are the Crummers? Cracker's there. Cracker's got it. Cracker snaps. Hird underneath it. Couldn't take the mark. Essendon had the numbers. Lovett Murray to Stanton. Just pushed as he kicked. Lucas a long way from home. Goes to Socceroot. So does Peveril. But Richmond have the numbers back at half-back. Oh, Bowden got collected.
Off the ball for...
And it's a free kick going his way to Patrick Bowden.
Do this well, the Tigers. They run from behind the player with the ball, as we've seen there. Polo to receive.
Taking it wide for Patterson. Chaffee running for the hand pass. Receives now. Places the kick pretty well. Richardson, yes.
Came from behind, Tim. And I reckon Kepler Bradley thought, well, I'm a chance to mark this. And the big fella came from behind, put the dukes up, and there's the hit. And if Dean Solomon's around, you have a look, there he is. And Kepler Bradley backpedaling as Richo came forward.
Dean Solomon hasn't lost it. Richardson kicks the Tigers second. They lead by 7 points. Bit dangerous that he was off the ground. He really climbed into him, and of course that means there's the possibility of high contact, which can get you into trouble when it's delivered vigorously. That was high contact. Kind we all like.
There's Terry Wallace, coach of the Tigers. 10 wins this year, Richmond.
They had 10 last year, so they'll be looking to show improvement with an extra one.
Inside 50 go the Bombers, but cutting that off is Chaffee. Over to Pat Bowden. This young White, Matt White, playing his 10th game this season. Rookie year. Hits Simmons. We want to drill it long again. He ignored the Richardson lead, much to Richo's displeasure. Peveril, good roving. Over to McVeigh. In the back pocket is Hird. So Hird, well, uncharacteristic shank, but it still found a teammate in Watson who was good enough to break the tackle. He lopes away. Now Dyson, straight down the guts. Has 2 bounces. Gee, he's got some pace. Dyson from 60. No one home. He drills it. And in the end, hits the behind post. Gee, well, he had some toe there, didn't he?
And it was good to see the boldness, taking off, backing himself. Richmond defenders backpedal. They didn't come at him. And in the end, he was forced to kick. It would have been a wonderful goal. Got some really nice protection as he came through.
Had 4 bounces already this evening. Hill roving his own tap and nearly kicking what would have been a beauty.
He knew what he was doing, didn't he?
He did. It was clever.
Another one of those weak boundary throw-ins, Tim.
Oh,
it's a blight on the game, Robert.
Well, it is. Especially when it happens on Saturday nights.
Doesn't miss many, Rob, does he? This is Tuck. Long ball to the wings, a good kick. And it's marked by Polo. Looks like he's been around for 10 years. Taken pick 20 back in 2004, playing game number 16 this season. Off to Foley. That's a shocker. Yep. And Solomon cuts it off. He's got Hurd just lurking across half-back at the moment. Lovett Murray stood his ground. The Chaffey did well. Bills to Foley, who can load up again. A long ball. He was dealt after he kicked it, and Richo will get it downfield.
It was late and it was hard.
Well, it's against Rioli, and it's just giving away a goal.
Good unsentimental umpiring from Shane McInerney.
Oh, that's fair enough too. No problem with that. That was definite free kick, and Rioli's coming off. That's
undisciplined.
Yeah, just a cheap shot, really, isn't it?
Undisciplined. No need for it.
And that's a fair enough decision, as Matthew Richardson will line up 40 metres out.
James Hurd has spent all of this first quarter playing pretty much as a loose man in defence. I don't think that helps Essendon one bit.
Richardson for goal number 2. Straight through the middle. And caught that. Well, Foley did cop that. It was a very late shot from Rioli, completely unnecessary. And the umpire was quite right to award the kick downfield, and Richardson did the rest. Some straight shooting from Richo, that's what we like to see.
And there's James Hurd sitting in the hole in the Essendon defensive 50. Brett Delidio's gone down there with him. But I think Terry Wallace would be more than happy to see Hurd positioning there.
Matthew Richardson second, his 681st in a lengthy career, and he joins Bob Pratt at 19th on the all-time list. Not a bad name to be alongside.
Terrific pass to Lucas on the lead. And Scotty Lucas has had a wonderful season for the Bombers. When you consider that Matthew Lloyd was injured early, James Hurd's missed a lot of games. The goal-kicking responsibilities have fallen onto this man, and he's done it extremely well.
He's kicked 22% of Essendon's goals this year, Rob.
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? Favola leads the way in the competition. He's kicked 35% of Carlton's goals, which is just amazing. But Scotty Lucas, I think they've given him a new contract, so they should have.
That is a lovely kick. Has it got the carry? I reckon it has. It has. He has his first. The Tigers aren't happy, but the margin's back to 6 points.
They're not happy, Tim, are they? But it looks pretty good from here. Not that we're in the best posse, but...
You had the feeling, didn't you?
Yeah.
It had just cleared the line. It was Mark Chaffey who was waiting down, who was least happy about it.
Yeah, was it a goal?
The goal umpire couldn't have been in better position, so we'll have to take his
word for it.
His word for it, yeah.
Straight to James. Mark Chaffey was on the other post, waiting down, and he was the one who was protesting most loudly for the Tigers.
Watson to half forward, and that's a mark, yes,
that's a
the
mark,
umpire.
that's a mark. Straight up.
Lovett Murray's the man. Into the pocket.
Oh, lovely play. Essendon did that well. They bunched in the goal square. There were about 4 Bombers in the goal square. They just waited and then broke into the space that they'd created. And it was a nice pass by Lovett Murray.
And Brett Stanton is the man with the ball.
There they break. Well done, Bombers.
Had an excellent year, averaging 22 possessions. He's kicked 11-14, and now he's got a dozen for the year. So 3-1 apiece.
Well, they've come back well, Essendon. You'd say in the general run of play, it's been Richmond. Got a couple of quick goals, a couple of nice passes to players inside the forward 50. Kane Johnson would be pretty disappointed with that effort of his.
Essendon dominating the clearances. They've won 3 of the last 4 out of the middle. This will make it 4 out of 5. And they've won the last 6 around the ground. Peveril lobbing it. Lucas there. Couldn't have a shot off his knees. Stanton for a second goal. Oh, Patrick Bowden would have been nervous about the bounce of that. But he was able to smother it. The Bombers lead.
Quick kick in. Finds White. Now over to Deledio. Oh, he's run himself into trouble. He's got support. Polo. And the mark's taken by Patterson on the wing. To Adam Patterson. One of the young guns in this team. Taken back, pick 16, 2004. So he's a high draft pick too. Tigers have got plenty of them in the team tonight. To the 50, Richardson, yes!
Tigers have gone particularly tall the last couple of minutes. A 50-metre penalty. And I think the umpire said you belted the ball away after it was controlled. Seems like a tough call. Let's have a look. Strong Richo on Bradley.
Oh, that's just... It wasn't to know it was a mark, was he?
That's right. I don't think he had it under control.
That's a tough call, and Richardson's got 3. Well, it is a tough call. That was in the line of fire, wasn't it? I mean, it was played going on. No one knew it was really a mark.
I reckon that's a tough call.
Yeah, it is.
Does Kepler Bradley stay on Richo? Let's have a look at it again. Just enough body to push back, juggle it. Oh, I reckon it's a bit hard.
Because when you slow it down, it distorts everything. But it surprises me. I mean, in real time, you didn't notice it, did you?
Yeah, anyway.
Umpire Matthew Head did. And it gave Richardson a gimme goal. Tigers back in
for
front.
The 50, was he? Matthew wasn't looking for
No.
it.
Well, the Tigers have gone tall. Stafford's come on. You can see Solomon standing him, and there's a big height difference there. Richardson and also Schultz.
Jump ball. Although there hasn't been a lot of basketball about it early.
Had to hold early. Pev. Fouls. Here's a mark here.
So a free kick to Foley. He gives to Deledio. Tigers back, the Bombers back in numbers. Hurd filling the hole there. Dyson again. This time he's mown down. That was a good chase by White. Precarious for the Bombers, but they've done okay. Dempsey, Cartledge running for the hand pass. Dempsey decided he was going to be covered, so he didn't go there. Don't know whether that's the best option. Cracker. Nice move. Good delivery. Perfect for Stafford. Richardson again, rather.
Pretty hard to put a spoil on that one.
Long way from home. Has his tail up. Missing on the near side. He has 3 goals won.
You're saying, Rod, that's a prediction that one day he might kick 15.
Yes, well, I've been saying that.
It could have been a quarter of the way there.
For 10 years I've been saying that quarters. I'm not sure it'll happen. I'm just trying to think of options if Kepler Bradley's moved. There's Solomon, there's also McPhee.
There's not many, is there? Long kick in. Hill tries to split the pack. Oh, Peveril, courageous, and is rewarded with a free kick. That's why I got the free, as he dished off to McPhee, who kicks to half forward. And the mark has been taken by Tristan Cartledge. To the lead of Lucas. And he is within range, Scott Lucas.
Nice pass, got in front of Joel Bowden. Got his work cut out tonight, Joel Bowden.
Now his personal best is 57 goals. That was back in the year 2000, which was the Bombers' famous premiership year. And this to equal that PB.
And he's entitled to have a career best season, I think. I think he's been outstanding, Scott Lucas. Marks well out in front of his face.
It's going to be close, and it just misses.
He launches them off a short run, Scott Lucas. Gets terrific distance and usually good accuracy. Long play back in for the Tigers. Dempsey and Rains. Dempsey did beautifully. Or did it cross the line? No, play on is the call. The whistle went for a free kick. Essendon opting not to take it. Richmond, no. Essendon free kick for a throw.
On your line. Give it to him.
Mark Johnson.
Lucas is saying kick it high.
Oh, skimmer of a pass. Unstoppable to Lovett Murray.
Daisy cutter, Tim.
Billy Goggins stuff.
Hamstring tester too.
It was. I don't reckon that went higher than hip height. Bullet-like.
So that was adjudged a throw. And that's the little pass. And Nathan Lovett Murray is lining them up. You see a lot of pretty dubious disposal passing muster. Bit of a surprise to see that one pulled up. Lovett Murray from 40. Umpire heading a long way west. Disappointing result. Bombers trail by 4 points.
Post's been hit more times this year than any year in AFL football.
Any theory on that one, Rob?
No, I haven't got one, Quarters.
Now the mark's taken by White.
Actually, there's a little bit of a reason. The posts are higher than they used to be. That sell with you?
No.
Thicker, more padding.
More padding? Exactly, we're getting it right. More padding and they're higher.
He might have hurt himself in that little hamstring tester that Lovett Murray picked up before. He's certainly done something in that marking contest.
That's a good call if he's done a hammy.
Yeah, in the meantime, Delidio to Rains. A thumping kick into the pocket. Richardson! Oh, Richo! This is for his fourth. Well, his brother-in-law retired today in teary fashion down in Tasmania. Jade Rawlings, married to Matthew's sister Sam. Unfortunately, Jade couldn't nail a goal today. But Matthew might have 4 in the first quarter the way he's going.
Well, terrific start. Not an easy shot, this one. What the Tigers are doing from that defensive 50, they really are moving the ball quickly. Richo would just love the way that his back line and midfield is played over the last 3 weeks.
He's for number 4. He's got it. I just get that feeling, Rob, you might be right after all.
Well, he's ahead of average, isn't he? I said one day he'd kick 15 goals in a game, and at the moment he's on target.
And a beautiful kick for goal too. His personal best against the Bombers is only 6.
Now, the runner's gone out to Richo, and he's been told just to shore up the back line for the last minute and a half. I don't know why you'd do that. I'd say try to get your 5th for the quarter.
He actually did this in a game earlier in the year, didn't he? And when Terry Wallace was asked about it afterwards, he said it was Richo's own decision to do it. Anyway, not long left in the quarter. Let's see what happens. Lovett Murray squeezing it to Dyson. Gee, he's been very good in this first quarter. But the steal is on. White. Howard. Couldn't get through. Yes, he did. Good stuff from a first-season player. Heffernan under pressure from Pettifat. Bombers get there in numbers. Stanton. McVeigh. And Stanton controls it. Has Bradley in space.
That's Richo's opponent.
It is, and he might be able to do some damage here, and that's pretty good. McPhee. Johns has come a long way from goal. 70 out. Probing kick. Lucas 2 to beat. Brought it down well. Lovett Murray misses a second time.
I'll get Richo up into the forward line as quick as possible.
Quick kick in, finds Cracker, who's pretty much reinvented himself in the second half of this season. Things look a bit dicey.
He's got it in his mind, Richo. I'm going to slow things down.
Well, that'll be it at quarter time. And the Tigers will take a 9-point lead into the first break, with Matthew Richardson kicking 4. Schultz has got the other for the Tigers, and for the Bombers, 1 each to John, Stanton and Lucas. Robert Walls.
Well, an entertaining quarter of football. Dean Rioli getting a couple of early touches in his 100th game. James Hird playing predominantly as a loose man in defence. Richo kicking 4 goals, being too strong in the air for Kepler Bradley. Coach Kevin Sheedy, be interesting to see if he rearranges his back line at this quarter-time break.
The Tigers by 9 points. We are 2 weeks away from the finals.